Players from Canada celebrate after the preliminary round of the women's hockey game against the team from Russia at the 2018 Winter Olympics in Gangneung, South Korea, Sunday, Feb. 11, 2018. Canada won 5-0. App photo, Frank Franklin 2, photo credit, at Pyeongchang, South Korea, app, the latest on the Pyeongchang Olympics, all times local, 11:30 p.m. The Canadian women have kicked off their Drive for Five in dominating fashion. Members of the South Korean team cheer ahead of the ice dance short dance team event in the Gangneung Ice Arena at the 2018 Winter Olympics in Gangneung, South Korea, Sunday, Feb. 11, 2018. App photo, Julie Jacobson, photo credit, app Rebecca Johnston scored 2 goals and an assist as Canada shut out the Russians 5-0 Sunday night in the country's quest to keep its golden grip on women's hockey in the Olympics. Canada has won 4 straight gold medals, the last at Sochi after trailing 0-2 in the women's final. The country that takes credit for creating hockey came to the Kwangdong Hockey Centre looking for Canada's 5th consecutive gold in the only colored outs accepted back home. Only Russian goalie Nadezhda Morozova kept her teammates in a scoreless game by stopping 15 shots in the first. She was chased with 9:16 left after giving up her 5th goal. Melody Doust had 2 goals, and Hayley Irwin added 1 of her own. Get the latest breaking news as it happens. Clicking sign up. You agree to our privacy policy. ____ 10:45 p.m. David Gliescher may have struggled to make Austria's Olympic team, but he's now a men's luge gold medalist. Norway's Kjetil Jansrud makes the final jump in men's downhill training at the 2018 Winter Olympics in Gyeongseon, South Korea, Saturday, Feb. 10, 2018. App photo, Kristofina, photo credit, app Chris Mazza has given USA Luge its first men's singles medal, and the reign of Germany's Felix Loch as Olympic champion came to a sudden and shocking end. Gliescher finished his 4 runs in 3 minutes, 10.702 seconds for the gold, Austria's first in men's luge in 50 years. Mazda finished second and Germany's Johannes Ludwig took third. Loch struggled in the final run and slipped all the way to 5th, ending his bid to become the second slider to win the event 3 consecutive times. Gliescher had never even medaled in a World Cup singles race before. ____ 10:40 p.m. Perrine Lafont put France in the medals column at the Winter Olympics, skiing through the bumps and snow to take the women's moguls title. The 19-year-old gave her country its first women's gold medal in the 26-year history of the event. Justine Dufour-Lapointe of Canada finished second to add silver to the gold she took 4 years ago in Sochi. Yulia Galisheva of Kazakhstan won bronze to give her country its 8th winter medal since it started competing separately after the breakup of the Soviet Union. The Americans had a rough night in the snow. None made the 6-woman final, and top-ranked Jalen Korf finished 7th. Lafont won by landing both her jumps without a bobble. Her score of 79.72 was more than 2 points better than Dufour-Lapointe's, ____ 10 p.m. World Cup leader Maren Lundby had a minor crash during training for the women's ski jumping normal hill final at the Pyeongchang Olympics. The Norwegian jumper nailed the longest jump of 111 meters on her second attempt Sunday but lost her balance on landing and skidded to the wall at the side of the landing area. Lundby got up and walked away with the best score of the round. She has dominated the World Cup circuit, winning 6 of 10 events this season, and is the gold medal favorite at Pyeongchang. Germany's Carina Vogt had a strong outing with a 2nd-place finish and a 3rd-place finish. Sara Takanashi of Japan won the first round with a leap of 103.5 meters and was 4th in the second round. The women's normal hill final is Monday, ____ 9:35 p.m. The 10-kilometer biathlon event at the Pyeongchang Games was supposed to be a 2-man race between France's Martin Fourcade and Norway's Johannes Thingebo. What happened Sunday night sent shockwaves through the biathlon world. Fourcade, the No. 1 ranked biathlete in the world, missed 3 of 5 shots from the prone position, forcing him to do 3 penalty laps, and finished 8th overall. Thingebo, the world's number 2, missed 3 from the prone position and 1 from the standing position, with his .22 caliber rifle to finish a distant 31st. Germany's Arnd Pfeiffer, ranked No. 5 in the world, connected on all 10 of his targets to win gold. Mitchell Krcmar of the Czech Republic won silver and Italy's Dominik Windisch took bronze. American medal hopeful Lowell Bailey finished 33rd. _ 7 p.m. The United States women's hockey team has rallied to beat Finland 3-1 to remain perfect when opening an Olympic tournament. Finland stunned the Americans with 5.8 seconds left in the first. Hovi Venla scored on a wrister from the slot, giving the Finns a 1-0 lead. Monique Lamoureux-Mirando tied it up for the Americans. She dug the puck out of the corner and skated in front of the net where goalie Nora Ratti stopped Lamoureux-Mirando's backhander. And forward scored off the rebound past the Finn goalie's right skate at 8:58 in the second. The Americans took a 2-1 lead with a power play goal at 11:29. Hilary Knight passed to Kendall Coyne, who put a one-timer top shelf from the edge of the right circle. Danny Camoranesi sealed it with an empty netter with 13 seconds left. _ 6:50 p.m. German athletes have dominated training for the individual normal hill event, which is part of the Nordic combined, at the Pyeongchang Olympics. Johannes Rydzek posted the longest jump of 105.5 meters in Sunday's first practice at the Alpensia Ski Jumping Center, while compatriot Fabian Riesel was tops with 109 meters in the second session. The normal hill final will be Wednesday. Defending Olympic champion Erik Frenzel, also of Germany, was third in the first jump and 16th in the second. Nordic combined features ski jumping followed by a 10-kilometer cross-country race. The athlete who wins the ski jumping phase begins first, followed by the remaining athletes in their order of finish. Because of high winds on Sunday, the athletes had only 2 practice jumps instead of the scheduled 3. _ 6:40 p.m. The Russian men's hockey team playing under the Olympic flag has arrived looking like gold medal favorite after crushing host South Korea 8-1 in an exhibition game. Defenseman Nikita Nesterov calls the team a red machine that just needs to play Russian hockey to win. Nesterov notes that their team includes a lot of players who were in the NHL. With former NHL stars Ilya Kovalchuk and Pavel Datsyuk expected to play major roles, the Russians practice at Gangneung Hockey Center for the first time Monday. They open Wednesday against Slovakia. The Russians can't compete under their homeland's flag because the country was banned from the Games after revelations of a massive doping operation. The International Olympic Committee cleared 168 competitors to take part under the moniker Olympic athletes from Russia. _ 6:15 p.m. Sven Kramer of the Netherlands has won his third consecutive 5,000-meter Olympic gold medal in Pyeongchang, becoming the first man to take 3 in a row. He won with a devastating kick late in the race, coming back from behind to beat Ted-Jan Bloemen of Canada and setting an Olympic record. Bloemen took silver by 0.002 of a second in a head-to-head with Norwegian's Sverre Lune Pedersen. Kramer is looking for 2 more gold medals, starting with the 10,000 coming up next Thursday and capping it with a team pursuit, where the Dutch are overwhelming favorites. Kramer used his typical late kick to make the difference, taking the lead 2/3 of the way through the race and letting his massive stride to the rest to finish in 6 minutes 09.76 seconds, holding an edge of 1.85 seconds over the 2 other medalists. _ 6 p.m. The U.S. speed skating team is 0 for 2 at the Big Oval. Emery Lehman skated the 5,000 meters in 6 minutes, 31.17 seconds on Sunday, more than 13 seconds off his personal best. His time was also over 3 seconds slower than at last month's Olympic trials in Milwaukee. He finished 21st out of 22 skaters. His teammate, Carlane Schoutens, had a similar result in the women's 3,000 on Saturday. She finished 22nd with a time of 4 minutes 15 seconds and 60 milliseconds, which was over 10 seconds slower than her personal best. The Americans are hoping to bounce back from their performance 4 years ago in Sochi, when they were shut out in every event. _ 5:30 p.m. Japanese forward Rui Yukita has been suspended 1 game by the International Ice Hockey Federation for kicking at an opposing player late in Japan's 2-1 loss to Sweden to open preliminary play in women's hockey. The IIHF announced the suspension Sunday. Yukita will miss Monday's game against Switzerland in preliminary play. Yukita scored the lone goal for Japan. But disciplinary panel studied videos and ruled Yukita made a kicking move toward Annie Sveden's lower body after a battle for the puck in front of the Swedish bench. Sveden pushed Yukita to the ice. while Sveden was over Yukita, the Japanese forward kicked. The IIHF says the panel determined the kicking motion was not momentum from the play but a clear movement toward an opponent. That violates a federation rule, ____5:20 p.m. American skier Gus Kenworthy is embracing an unofficial role at the Pyeongchang Winter Games, as flag bearer for the LGBT community. He hopes to help reach a point where being a gay athlete is no longer an issue. The 2014 slopestyle silver medalist is a still rare example of an openly gay athlete, and he's encouraging others to be open about themselves too. His "We're here, we're queer, get used to it" post from the game's opening ceremony, with a photo of him kissing U.S. skater Adam Rippon, also openly gay, got lots of attention. So did an Instagram post that took a dig at U.S. Vice President Mike Pence. Kenworthy says the visibility of openly gay athletes in Pyeongchang shows a shift and a change, and hopefully it means that in the future it won't be a big thing. It won't be a headline, it won't be the gay Olympian, the gay skier, the gay anything. It will just be a skier, ____4:40 p.m. Norway's Simon Hegstad Kruger crashed on the first lap of the men's 30-kilometer cross-country race but stormed back to take home the gold medal. When the mass start began and with skiers bottled up in lines, Kruger slipped and his right ski came out from under him, causing him to fall. The two skiers directly behind him were Andrei Larkov and Denis Spitsov, Russian athletes competing under the Olympic flag, and they toppled over him. By the time the three untangled themselves, they were at the rear of the field. But Kruger methodically worked his way back through the pack and took the lead with 5 kilometers remaining. Norway swept the podium with Martung Jonsrud Sundby taking silver and Hans Christer Holund earning bronze. Spitsov nearly medaled, finishing in 4th place, ____4:30 p.m. Patrick Chan, Gabrielle Daleman and ice dance dynamos Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer will try to deliver figure skating team gold for Canada when the event concludes Monday. The Canadians have 45 points, 6 ahead of the Russians, heading into the men's, women's and ice dance free programs. The US is third with 35 points, 1 ahead of Italy. Teams were required to submit their final lineups after Sunday's competition. Alina Zagatova will handle the free skate for the Russians, while Mikhail Kolyada tries to rebound from his dismal short program. Dmitry Soloviev and Ekaterina Bobrova will do the ice dance. The US team is making 2 substitutions, with Mireille Nagasu taking the baton from Brady Tennell and Adam Rippon replacing Nathan Chen. Alex and Maya Shibutani will be back for the dance, ____4:25 p.m. Norway's Simon Hegstad Kruger, who fell and crashed on the first lap of the men's 30-kilometer cross-country race, has stormed back to take the lead with 5 kilometers left. As the mass start began and with skiers bottled up in lines, Kruger appeared to slip in mid-stride and his right ski came out from under him, causing him to fall to the ground. The two skiers directly behind him, Russians Andrei Larkov and Denis Spitsov, couldn't stop and toppled over him. The skiers became entangled and lost more than 10 seconds to the field. Spitsov has battled back to move into 7th place, ____4:05 p.m. Maddie Rooney will be in net for the United States against Finland in the Americans' Olympic opener in women's hockey. This is the first Olympics for the 20-year-old goalie from Andover, Minnesota. U.S. coach Rob Stober picked Rooney over Alex Rigsby and Nicole Hensley for their opener after Rooney went 4-0-2 with 1.81 goals against average and a .916 save percentage. Rooney won 3 of the first 4 games between the Americans and Canada last fall. Her last international game was Dec. 17 in Edmonton, Alberta, in a 2-1 overtime loss to Canada to wrap up an exhibition slate between the sport's North American powers. The United States is looking for its first gold medal in 20 years. The Americans won gold when women's hockey debuted in the Olympics in 1998 in Nagano, and have been shut out in the past 4 games. They've never lost to Finland in 6 games at the Olympics, and they beat Finland 3-1 in the preliminary round in 2014 in Sochi, ____3:55 p.m. The men's 30-kilometer cross-country skiathlon turned into a NASCAR race on the first lap. As the mass start began and with skiers bottled up in lines, Norway's Simon Hegstad Kruger appeared to slip mid-stride, and his right ski came out from under him, causing him to fall to the ground. The two skiers directly behind him were Andrei Larkov and Denis Spitsov, Russian athletes competing under the Olympic flag, and they toppled over him. The three men spent several seconds desperately trying to untangle their bodies and their skis from one another. By the time they got going, they had lost several seconds to the lead pack. All three were considered top skiers. Hegstad was ranked 7th in the World Cup standings, with Larkov 11th and Spitsov 16th. 3:30 p.m. Michaela Shiffrin and the rest of the women's giant slalom races get a rare chance to open the alpine schedule at the Olympics. The men's downhill has been postponed because of high winds. That means the women will compete before the men in ski racing at a Winter Games for the first time since 1984. As her mother, Eileen, who also serves as a coach, watched from the bottom of the Yongpyong Hill, Shiffrin joined other racers in taking a couple of casual trips down a gateless giant slalom piste during a free ski the day before Monday's race. The last time the women competed before the men was at the Sarajevo Games, when a blizzard led to a rearranged schedule. The 22-year-old Shiffrin could be a transcendent figure over the next 2 weeks. She was the slalom gold medalist at the 2014 Sochi Games, where she also finished 5th in the giant slalom. She is considered a top medal contender in both this time around. ___Marap Olympics, https://wintergames.app.org